Hey guys, in this mini tutorial we're going to illustrate this super cutie fox. I made him fall themed, but you can easily make him Christmas or New Year's themed just by changing the background. And he'd make a super cute addition for a card that you can make for a loved one. So let's start. Get out your lightest pencil and sketch out a bean shape like this. Notice how I made it thinner on the top, and at the bottom it leans to the right side, while the top leans to the left. This is our body. Now draw a simple circle at the top of this for the head. You can make it even bigger for more cuteness. Now add a triangle at the top of the circle for the snout. Next, draw two slightly overlapping triangles like so for the ears. The right one is closer to us, so it's bigger. I sketch in a simple nose and eye using circles, and then two curved lines overlapping with the body for the tail. This design makes it much easier for a beginner to draw because you don't have to worry about the legs, which can be daunting. But if you're more experienced, feel free to tweak the pose however you like. Now draw a line from the middle of the snout all the way to the edge of where the tail touches the body. Notice how I curved it and do the same. This is just showing which part is orange and which is white. Now it's time to ink this cutie. I'm using a Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. I have no idea if I said that right, probably didn't, but the links to all the supplies are below, so don't worry about that. You can use whatever you want to ink, just be sure that it's waterproof if you're going to be using watercolor on top. Notice how I don't outline him perfectly. I want him to feel fluffy and alive, so I don't let my strokes touch everywhere. It can make it look really flat if you do. Instead, ink it in a loose motion like this. This will really make him feel fuzzy. I also forgot to mark where the tail is white, so I do so now. It's just a little curved line. Now it's important to mark this area so we know what to keep white and what to keep orange, but you don't want the outline to be too strong or also look bad because it will call too much attention to itself. So very lightly mark it by using thinner strokes and sparse lines like so. Notice how I also added small details of fur in the ear, eyelashes, and small dots for hints of whiskers. You can add little details like this easily. Now that you're done inking, make sure that the ink is fully dry and erase all your pencil marks. Now you can use whatever you want to color him and make a background, but I will be using watercolor. If you want to learn how to paint with watercolor, I have a class that teaches all the basics and I left a link for it below. But I very loosely filled him in with orange and then added a dark brown for the ears and pink for the cheeks. While the first layer is wet, you can always drop in more colors for even more fun. But just keep it simple, because cute things are cuter when they are simpler, so don't add too much detail and too much shading. Now if you want your fox to be winter themed, you can easily do so by painting cute snowflakes like these and little dots in the background. But since I want a fall theme, I start with a slight splatter using a color I already used, and then I switch to a smaller brush and paint in teardrop shapes facing the same direction all around him. I also decided to use yellow, so I dropped some yellow into his body to make it match more. The colors will blend out on their own and make this fur even more beautiful. Notice how all the mini leaves make a silhouette of a teardrop shape. That's because I will be painting in a very light leaf around him. But if you don't want to do that, you can make it into a circle or whatever you like. You can even just do like a little stream of leaves going in a zigzag. Just play with it. Also notice how I varied the colors and sizes of the leaves. I also added more splatter and little dots around it as well. Once it feels complete, I leave it to dry, and once it's fully dry, add light highlights using a white gel pen around him for a fun pop. I like to add little dots like this for a touch of magic, but you don't have to do this, and you can do this with any white media that you have. Now you could say you're done here, but I wanted to make the leaf background. So I painted around the fox using plain water and making it into a leaf shape. It's reactivating a little bit of the already dry paint and making a slight color. It's also fading out the leaves. Notice how I also leave specks of white throughout. You can make the leaf shape whatever you like. I made mine spiky at the edges facing the same direction. I also paint in a super simple stem with the light colors and let everything dry. Once it's dry, for the final touch, I use brush lettering to write a cute fall quote. Fall in love, of course. Well, to me it means fall in love with fall, which I already have because it's so beautiful. And I guess we're done, guys. Our little fox is full of character and is super adorable. The background gives it that special touch and makes him feel fall themed. But don't be afraid to play with details. You can add a scarf to him or a little bow or whatever you like. If you decide to paint or draw this cutie too, I'd love to see him, so just tag me on Instagram. If you want to learn how to draw any animal cute, I have a class that teaches you just that, and I left a link for it below. I hope you guys enjoyed this mini tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one, and if you want me to make something specific, just leave a comment below and I will consider it. Happy holidays, guys. I wish you all the best and happiness and joy and spending time with your loved ones, and just, stay awesome, guys, and continue creating forever. I'll see you next time.